Good morning, students. I hope that all of you are good and doing well. Students, I'm continuing the chapter, The Expansion of British Power. We were discussing this chapter like a story and we reached up to Battle of Buxar. Before that, we learnt that how Mir Qasim was fed up with never-ending demands of Britishers and tried to free himself from their control. He also abolished all duties on internal trade so that both Indian and British merchants could trade on equal terms. Abolition of internal duties was considered by the British as violation of their special rights and privileges. This led to a series of battles between the British and Mir Qasim in 1763. After successive defeats at the hands of British, Mir Qasim fled to Awadh. He formed an alliance or group with Shuja-ud-Dawla, who was Nawab of Awadh, and Shah Alam II, who was Mughal emperor. So, the combined armies met the British forces at Buxar on 22nd October 1764. So, the Indian army was defeated in this battle. A treaty of Allahabad was signed and Mughal emperor, who was Mughal emperor? Shah Alam II. He granted the English East India Company the Diwani of Bengal, Bihar and Odisha. What is Diwani? Diwani, you can say, a right to collect a revenue. What is revenue? Revenue means that some part of income was given from the people to emperor, and that right to collect revenue was given to Britishers by Mughal emperor of Bengal, Bihar and Odisha. Nawab of Awadh. Who was Nawab of Awadh? Shuja-ud-Dawla. He was made to pay rupees 50 lakh as war damages, and Mir Qasim was again eliminated or deposed, and Mir Zafar was made Nawab again. Right? So, what was the historical importance of Battle of Buxar? The Battle of Buxar was a decisive battle in Indian history. Decisive, you can say, making something final. Now, finally, Bengal was under Britishers. What was other historical importance? That weakness of Indian armies were thoroughly exposed in front of Britishers. The Nawabs of Awadh and Bengal and Mughal emperor, they became dependent on English East India Company. Total financial control over the rich eastern provinces like Bengal, Bihar and Odisha gave the British enormous resources for next round of expansion. After the Battle of Buxar, now English East India Company became real ruler of Bengal and the military came under its control. Revenue began to be collected directly by officials of company. A very small amount of revenue was given to Nawab to run the administration. So, what happened? The British had all power and income but no responsibility. On the other hand, the Nawab had all responsibility but no power and no stable source of income. This unique arrangement is generally known as dual or double government. The people of Bengal suffered a lot under the system, even during a famine which struck Bengal in 1770. Neither the company nor the Nawab provided any relief to the people. The dual system of governance in Bengal ended in 1772. and Bengal was brought under the direct control of the company. Okay, students, we'll just recapitulate the topic British in Bengal. First of all, Britishers were given right to duty-free trade in Bengal, and Britishers, they started misusing this right, and some of the officials started doing private trade without paying any duty or tax. And Britishers also started fortifying their buildings in Bengal, which was not liked by Sirajuddola, Nawab of Bengal, and this led to a battle of Palasi, and Sirajuddola was defeated and killed because Mir Jafar betrayed him. Then Mir Jafar was made the Nawab of Bengal by the Britishers, but after some time, when he could pay no more to Britishers, he was replaced by Mir Qasim, and Mir Qasim was his son-in-law. Then after some time, Mir Qasim also tried to free himself from their control, and this led to Battle of Buxar. And we have learnt about Battle of Buxar. And now we learnt how the provinces of Bengal, Bihar and Orissa, they came under control of Britishers, right? Now in next video we'll be learning that how Britishers could won the Maratha kingdoms and the Mysore kingdom, right? I want you to go through the video and try to understand the story, right? Have a good day. God bless you all.